Welcome to Cathy's website and this morning's Zoom call. To access the Zoom call, we're going to come scroll down her website. We're going to click right here. Remember this password right here. We're going to click Allow. Type in the password. And we're going to join without video. You can join with video. We're going to join without video. And the meeting will be in progress as we join.
Well, hi, everybody. I want you to see that where we ended up yesterday, our final theme was the crown chakra. And just a reminder, which I think everybody on the call knows already, a little drop of frankincense at night can do quite a wonderful thing to protect you while you sleep if there's any crown chakra stress. So let's clear all this. And what I have been doing lately, you know, images are like templates to the matrix. And we've got the many images now loaded into the name box. And one project I've got today is to call Kevin and get those things added if for anyone who wants to access them. But let's just see in here if it's to our advantage today to load a name image. And it's not, you see, just a 17 there. And then I want to show you also, let's get in here. This is the part of the manual that can take you through a quick session, not necessarily quick, but thorough. And I just want to show you what I've been doing before every session. And what I'm seeing as a result of it is that, let's optimize here, is that people are running longer. So far, you know, that's the main thing I've seen. They also seem to be a little clearer when we do repetitive sessions, like with the group every day. And it's so interesting about these healing codes, because people can say something that sounds wonderful, and I look in there, and very often there's a code. So, for example, this is a command that one person mentioned she does every night at bed, and I went in and typed it, and look, that's a low, so that's something we could use an image on as well. That is, where are we? Here's the command: any and all dark negative energy here or around my family, I now command to leave. So I'll go in later and do an image with that as well. Now, the frontal lobe, and that was the heart, if you get a chance to look at today's post, is about creating a pathway to the unified field. That's the other thing I'm seeing as I douse these codes in, is when I have some people right now, unfortunately, that are quite ill. And what is interesting is their pathway is totally blocked, supposedly. According to quantum science, we have everything we need surrounding us. Now look, our frontal lobe, a little bit stressed also. And I wonder if that isn't the stress of the day. I got up and my frontal lobe was also way under. Let's just go ahead and I'll show you what you can do. And I don't always want to take all our time in the call to do it, but I'm going to show you. I just put in the code and color image. And then I'm going to ask our fields, our collective fields. Just see if we want any extra little energetic nudge for our frontal field, frontal lobe. Okay, yeah, we just want it in the P4. Let's see what we've got here. and then also the sustenance balancer. So for example, when something like that comes up, let's get your code. And we do this every day anyway. You can get some good clues when you hit evaluate. Skin, vertebrae, adenoids, heart meridian, tailbone. I have to tell you, nose has been coming up so much. Well, that represents none. Okay, that's not, but nose also has been coming up a lot. Come on, get in here. I'm going to slow down for me a minute. We'll come back to it. It's gonna stick there for a minute. Huh. Very interesting. It froze on us. So anyway, these are the things, and we can do these. I like to do them in the beginning of a session. This create a pathway, for example, to the unified field. Oops, sorry, did the wrong one. And this is the one when you have someone in poor health or in any kind of relationship issue or financial issue. Very often, this one is very stressed. Look how good we are, though. That's a real positive. Put in, adjust this for yourself any way you want. Okay. Goodness sakes. We've got a lot of stress out there. So the more of this we can work with and add. This is complete extermination from existence, and then it adds a bunch of critters we don't want. Let's see where we are with that today. Yesterday we wanted 9 charges on this. Let's see, so we're higher today. That's good.
Cathy, did you say this part of the manual is online now?
I don't have the whole manual on, but I'm going to talk with Joanna later today. I started with just chapter 1, but okay. We're going to put that together so the entire manual is there.
No, is this on chapter 1, this here?
No, this is at the very end. What I've got is 12 chapters. What I'm trying to do is explain to those who are unfamiliar with the software. The rest of you can just go right back, and it's called putting it all together.
Right.
So now this is something I got a YouTube someone sent yesterday, and they were talking about the December 21st, which is supposed to be a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And according to what I'm reading, and a lot of these things come and go, and it's never a big deal. I don't know about this one either, but supposedly, if your resonance is high and you're in a good spot, this is going to be a very positive conjunction. If your resonance is low, it's going to be a negative. This is what one person said. But what I got yesterday, which is this era of peace, I really like this lady. And she said that one thing that's going to happen we're going to clear all parasitic templates. And just last night, playing around with that, I went into someone, again, who has been quite ill, and I went to the recharger and cleared it, and she's like taking 24 hours. So I thought, well, I don't know exactly what a parasitic template is. Some of you may, but we know what a template does. It focuses energy from the matrix, just a certain section of it. And let's just see how we are with clearing that, what our numbers are. Okay, so we're good. This group is good. And then she said also upgrade to the highest level of vibrational expression. This is supposedly what this astrological energy is going to do. And that, it can't be a bad thing anyway, so let's see where we are with that. Okay, again, not bad. Let's go ahead and put it in the shin. And I've already put the adrenaline in. And this was another interesting, clear foreign energetic constructs. And that was another one that people who were having some health issues, they asked for a very, didn't resonate with it, and they asked for hours clearing it with the recharger. So let's just see where we as a group are. And see, that's a low one. So let's go in, let's amp it up. And I'm a little low on Pro Tools at this moment in time. But we got one more, so let's go in here. And we're going to do clear. What was that exact term again? Foreign energetic constructs. And I'll have to educate myself a little bit more on this. Let's just look, see where we are. 5 hours. So let's do it. Now this sustained emotional pressure, according to the book on life-changing foods, we've got a lot of challenges with this day and age that maybe we didn't know about because they're all invisible. We've got radiation, we've got DDT, we've got an absolute explosion of viruses and heavy metal. And so what happens, we get these things, and we're pretty powerful creatures, and we can do some work just naturally. Our body will do some work, but what happens is when you have sustained emotional pressure, then your body isn't able to process this other. So let's see where we are with that today. And that would be a negative thing. And look at that. That's significant at this moment in time. It's subtle energy. Well, let's go ahead and and it was already in there. Now it's in there again. What happens is with the negatives that are out there, as you know, we can't focus on them because it completely sucks our energy. So we have to, did any of you get a chance to go into that meditation on the other side? Because it is powerful.
Yeah, I listened to it. I'll do that today.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Well, I like it because it's just 9 minutes. But I can relate to that particular meditation. There's something about it. It might be just because it's short. And the other thing, I'm going to do this just for fun for us, but she has all the people lined up wanting to give you things. And I am picturing these life-changing foods from the book Life-Changing Foods as people lined up with these foods. I did my own scan, and I wanted rose hips, which, of course, I couldn't find anywhere, so I've ordered them. They should come in today, and then he gives a recipe. I wanted rose hips and orange juice. I can handle that. Not a problem. So just for fun, let's look and see what food, as a group, we're asking for today. And because then the book the Life-Changing Foods book will give you the spiritual reference to why you're asking for that particular food. And so just for fun, I'll put this list back in the VSA for anyone who is interested in the list to scan.
Thanks, Cathy.
Let's see. And so we want avocados. And at some point in the book, he mentions that avocado is the equivalent of mother's milk when, breastfeeding. So just for the heck of it, let's just see if there would be any benefit to sending ourselves the image of avocado. I always misspell it. Yeah, there's a benefit. So just for the heck of it. Over here. Image. Looks pretty good. Copy image. And I don't know, I've got to have a Pro Tool open somewhere in here, but I may not have it yet. So, oh yeah, I do. Okay, yay. Okay, let's balance. Thought we had opened it for the group. Okay, and let's just, we have to type something in here so this save as cocktail comes up. Paste your little image in. Go ahead and save it. And let's just give ourselves some avocado. And it is quite interesting how powerful these images are because remember, we're really software systems ourselves. So, it goes right in with that old philosophy, what does it hurt? And it looks like there is some benefit. Five minutes worth of avocado. And there are one final thing here, this smash command, and might as well douse that in. That's very low. Look at that.
Can you bring that back up again so I can just see what the command was?
Absolutely. And I'll read it. I now smash and demolish by my spoke. And by the way, I got this from the book, what is that precious book by, the woman's name is Shin. You would know it if I said the name. I'm just not thinking right now of the name, but it is a precious book, and it's on YouTube. You can listen to the audio version. And I got this from her book, and I was so impressed with it, I slowed it down and typed it. I now smash and demolish by my spoken word every untrue record in my subconscious mind. They shall return to the dust heap of their native nothingness, where they came from, my own vain imaginings. I now make my perfect records with the Christ within, the records of health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. And she was actually the one that probably inspired Neville. If you've done any listening or reading to Neville, he's a life changer. But she may be the one that actually inspired him. I'll look up that book between today and tomorrow and tell you.
Thank you, Cathy.
It is
So,
precious. Yeah.
So does Neville have a first name or?
Neville is his first name, and the last name is Goddard, Goddard, and he lived back in the 50s and traveled the country talking about. And one of his most inspiring books I ever saw is called Awakened Imagination, and it's the idea, as he explains, we come in, and the difference between us and animals. Remember, we have a certain old religion that wants us to believe we're animals. And the truth is, there's a difference in that. Yes, we all have evolution, and we've got science behind certain forms of it, but an animal comes in without the ability to visualize and create. They can make a choice, I want this food or that food, but they can't hold something in their mind and create it, and we can. And according to Neville, the very best time to do that is bedtime. And what he said to do, and I've had people do this, and it works. It's not a matter of it not working. It's a matter of us not doing it. The ego almost won't let us try. What happens, go to bed and imagine that what you want most happened that day. And if you're a realtor and you need a closing, imagine that you had the closing that day and deposited the money in the bank. And I have had people do these things. It works. It's amazing. It may not work the first night, although the people I worked with that did it, it worked fast. But the main thing happens, oops, I got the wrong one here again. Sorry about that. The main thing that happens is that we go to bed and we forget, or we're tired, or we automatically go into worrying and thinking about what we don't want and what happened that we didn't like, and as a result, that's what we create. So yeah, Neville's fascinating. Oh, here's Shin's book. It finally came to my mind, The Game of Life and How to Play It.
Oh, right.
Of course, I knew that y'all would know these.
Right. Thank you, Cathy. That was great. I'm gonna look up Neville.
You know, those books are a good thing to listen to while you do your SRC work.
Yeah.
You know, you want to listen to something positive. You don't want to be listening to the division in the country and all these things. Okay, so all we want so far, let me just go down the list. Okay, we want the male issues. Remember, this is for the whole group. The state. So let's do that. And you don't have to do that. You can just pick. And I like to scan because I believe that scanning is pretty accurate. Let's go ahead. Personal options. Fatty acids is a big one. About 99% of us are deficient. And that they say fatty acids are more effective than Prozac. So that's what we're asking for today. Of course, I think almost anything's more effective than Prozac. But regardless, the idea is as far as the nerves and nervous system. So now, actually, many days, that's all you would have to do, because the engine, as you know, is going to be working and selecting things from our etheric field. But we can do one final. Okay, so we want a cocktail. You see that right there, the 158. So then all this is listed here for you to scan. I don't know why I have protocols first, but I do. But then here are the cocktails. Okay, general acupoint session. See that 0? And children balance. People, places, situations. We're asking for quite a few of these things. I'm just going to go ahead and make myself a little list. So I don't forget. Oh, here we got acupoint session. Children's issues. Relationship helping. Let's see what else I forgot. That one already. People, places, and situations, and symptom balance. So we're asking for quite a few. So now, we just run a wonder click, but let's also not forget to go in here and get this Gong started. The shin. And then back and forth during the day, if you have a thought, go into the charger and just give yourself a charge. There's really too many in here to list and scan. But for example, here's a good one. You can have it all. Let's go ahead and that'll give it 5 minutes. Go back to your Gong. See what the wonder click has to say. Resistance peel. This is the reason I originally invested in this software. I was really happy with what I had already been doing, but this peeling away of resistance, that's what made me make the investment. It turned out this is so much more powerful than the other software across the board. Let's just go down. So we'll work on Nerval. Now, as soon as some of my Pro Tools are available again, I'm going to go in and we'll again do what we often do, which is balance nervous system. And it looks like that's an issue for us today. And remember, we also asked for the fatty acids. If Bill Gates had a penny for every time I had to reboot my computer, oh wait, he does. So we've got some of these things on our mind. And again, the resistance factor male. So I don't know what that's about, but that's our work for today. Let's just see if we want later on. Again, I'll need to get those in there.
Maybe it's the aggressive energy that's kind of permeating the atmosphere these days.
Well, yeah, it very well could be. That's a good point. Yeah, and if we can, if we can avoid getting sucked into this and do focus, it's like writing a book. Write the ending first. Write the way you want your life to be, and then focus on that. It's the way we get past this And let's see if later we want any Pro Tools. And we don't want any Pro Tools today. So that's it. Any other things to add? You guys have good ideas. Okay, well, thanks a lot, you guys. I will see you tomorrow.
That concludes Cathy's Zoom call for the SRC4U software. We'll see you next time. Till then, be well, take care.